Hello, my name is Manuel Lozada and I'm the CEO of Alumaviva. It has been 25 years since Baron Philippine de Rothschild, chairwoman at the advisory board of Baron Philippe de Rothschild, and Don Eduardo Guilisaste Tagle, the chairman of Viña Concha y Toro, decided to seal a strong alliance to create an exceptional Franco-Chilean wine called Alumaviva. Alumaviva is the encounter of the best of two worlds. Chile, on one side, brings the unique terroir of Puente Alto, the people, the soil, the climate, and the vineyards. France, on the other side, brings the unique savoir-faire and the chateau tradition. One vineyard, one winery, one team dedicated to the production of an exceptional wine called Alumaviva. I will now pass to Michel Friou and Jorge Castillo, whom are waiting for you in the vineyard.
The vineyard of Alumaviva is located in the Maipo Valley, close to Santiago at the foot of the Andes, and more precisely on the unique terroir of Puente Alto, considered the best terroir in Chile to produce Cabernet Sauvignon. It's close to the Maipo River, which explains the type of alluvial soils, the poor and rocky soils we have on the property. The terroir of Puente Alto is also strongly influenced by the proximity of the Andes that moderates the heats of the day and refreshes the nights in summer. The cooling effect of the Andes is key for the ripening process. The grapes ripe slowly and late below lower temperatures, which permit to get an optimal ripeness and a real freshness of the fruit at the same time. We are now in what we call the Grand Chai, the place where the final blend of Alumaviva is aged in oak barrels for long average periods of 18 months. We only use French oak and mainly new barrels for this important process of natural clarification and maturation, when the wine will slowly gain in complexity, finesse, and quality of tannins. During the barrel aging, the wine is racked from barrel to barrels to separate the clear wine from the lees, and also regularly tasted by the technical team to follow its evolution and control its quality. Let's speak of our new vintage Alumaviva 2020. The vintage 2020 was dramatically dry in Puente Alto with only 65 mm of rainfall in winter, 75% less than average. Additionally to this drought, the temperatures were extremely high between November and March, all spring and summer. These particular conditions obliged us to start picking the grapes 2 weeks earlier than usual and to go faster during the whole harvest. It was an amazing vintage, a vintage that we'll probably remember as one of the most challenging for the team, but finally achieved a wonderful result with great efforts, dedication, and commitment. Alumaviva 2020 is a blend of 68% of Cabernet Sauvignon, 24% of Carmenère, 6% of Cabernet Franc, and 2% of Petit Verdot. There is fruit, freshness, and tension, but also finesse, balance, and complexity. We probably could not have dreamt of something better to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Alumaviva. The vintage 2021 was a cool vintage, one of the coolest of the last decade. The winter was quite rainy, with 170 mm of rainfall between May and August 2020, which was very positive after the extremely dry vintage 2020. The following months were dry until it surprisingly rained at the end of January, with 54 mm of rainfall just in the middle of the Veraison. Fortunately, we had no rain after this. The harvest started on March 24, quite slowly at the beginning, much faster from the second week of April, and finished a few days earlier than usual, at the end of April for the Cabernet Sauvignon and 2 weeks after for the Carmenère. The cooler conditions from January to harvest generated an optimal ripening process of the grapes, great fruit tension, length, and perfect balance in the wines. Alumaviva 2021 is a faithful expression of this exceptional and generous vintage. This wine is a delicious combination of freshness, elegance, length, and balance, with a great expression of the Cabernet Sauvignon. For the vintage 2021, The assemblage is made of 71% of Cabernet Sauvignon, 22% of Cabernet, 5% of Cabernet Franc, and 2% of Petit Verdot, with a barrel aging of 20 months in new French oak. The nose is fresh and complex. It combines the ripeness of the red fruit with subtle floral aromas, with fine notes of cassis, blackberries, ink, licorice, and violet. In the mouth, the juicy attack is well balanced by a delicate structure and a fine texture of smooth and polished tannins. 2021 is definitely an excellent vintage, built to age and be enjoyed for several decades. Cheers!